on the other hand, I'm not hungry. It's a completely different year and I'm deciding to do things different, right? So on my current job, there was a situation that popped up last night that I felt like that was every bit of petty. It was just a miscommunication, big misunderstanding. And when I just so happened to walk on the clock today, as a matter of fact, before I had even decided to clock in, a part of me started to say, I'ma just make last night the last night that I clock in on this current job. Cause yo, it be situations like what happened on last night, which simply, okay, so I'm not going to even name which company this was. All I know is it has something to do with driving. So I was driving a company car, right? I had got word from a coworker of mine that she claimed that a manager had always made it okay for whoever the driver was for the night who was driving the company car to take her home whenever she didn't drive to work. So I was under the impression that I was about to take a coworker home and that it was okayed by the manager. Completely wrong, because within almost 45 minutes later, there's something that's being brought up in a group chat, and that's the other thing I felt like that was very disrespectful and very kind of much unprofessional at this point as far as a job. But why in the world do y'all have and find the need to be a part of a group chat and y'all just be having all types of conversations on there? Some of that stuff to me didn't even involve work. Or if I felt like you was coming for somebody personally, why in the world would you drop up in a group chat? Just within 45 minutes later or something like that, that I supposedly didn't make it back with the car, the situation got brought up in the group chat, and I was just trying to figure out why did that even happen. And I know that the person that had done that, I know that you had to know that I was driving the goddamn car. You dropped in the goddamn group chat knowing that our manager is there, and I know that he's seeing some of everything. The way that I see it, dude has been after me and been trying to find some type of a reason to get rid of me. And I feel like as far as him being there, he really hadn't even been there that freaking long. He wasn't even the one to hire me into this job. And I feel like since he has been there, dude has realized I've been on one. No harm done at all, you know. Chica needed a ride home, and she told me that somebody had took her home before in the company car. So why not? I wasn't doing nothing else. I wasn't in no strange hurry to get home. Of course not. And it seems like I was only clocked in for every bit of maybe 2 to 3 hours. But my thing is, I come back to the store in this same company car that somebody must have thought that I had done went home and must have been BSing out and about with. I was handling strictly business in this company car. But because I wasn't on the clock, it made it appear basically that I was just BSing around and was using it for my own personal use. Like, the disrespect is beyond real. When I had got back to the company, y'all, in this goddamn car, please tell me why I had resumed doing some work like I was still on the clock. Who does that? I'm not even being paid at this point. And even though dude that was on duty at the time as a manager, you claim that you had adjusted my time, but do I really know that you had done went in the system and had decided to adjust my time after I had decided to come back in the building after I had done showed up? I could have asked somebody to come and get me from work, being that I'm without a vehicle right now. And because I am, it has really been effing up a lot of my situations. So let me tell y'all something. I will do just about anything for anybody out of the kindness of my heart. But when it starts to get to the point of where it's being looked over and I'm not even being appreciated for my labor, it's time to go. So that's exactly what I had decided to do today. I walked out, and the head manager that is over my actual boss, he said, "Is this your final decision?" I said, "Yes," because y'all are trying to throw me up under the investigation that I had hid that I had covered the camera. I wouldn't dare do nothing like that, especially the simple fact that when I had applied to this job, I was told that that was an automatic termination right there. So why would I even do something like that? That situation has gotten me in trouble. When I came in the next day, which is crazy to me, which was yesterday. Yesterday, when I decided to come in, I had already kind of felt the vibe a bit off. And to be honest, just to save myself a whole trip, I really started not to come back when the situation had got brought up in this group chat and our manager is in the group chat. So instead of somebody coming to me and contacting me first, you decided to go straight to the group chat, blowing it all up out of proportion. I didn't sit up here and misuse the goddamn car. I literally had all innocent intentions behind everything that I did on Thursday night, including when I came back to the store. I had decided to jump back there to the back and to pull in some real freaking labor just to slow some work down for somebody else, just so they wouldn't have to double up and tire they back out picking up boxes, removing things, doing any other thing that anybody else don't really too much care to do. Nobody I know of in that store in that whole place is fixing to sit up here and do nothing like that. So for the head boss to want to sit up here, no, he wasn't the one that called me to the back. It was my manager. He tried to have me to sign some type of warning paper on there and claiming that I was fixing to get rolled up basically for misuse of the company car. But the part that gets me is the simple fact that, like I told y'all before, that the company car's camera that is on the inside of it was covered up with paper. And I'm not the one that had done that. It was already like that from the time that I had got up in there. So to be that, I feel like my manager was already looking for reasons. That's because I remember that way before this had even happened, dude had me out of work for every bit of 2 weeks. And to be honest, within a situation like that, to me, honestly, that spells unemployment. So I feel like I should have acted on this a bit faster than what I did. But when I went back there, first of all, I had decided to scratch out some of the stuff that they were saying on that paper that I did. And then I turned around and said, you know what? Call the head manager back here. So when I got to talking to him, and at the rate that everything was going, I do not want to answer the phone right now. At the rate that everything was going, I just kind of felt like either way that I was going to be up under investigation. And with the half stuff that has been going on up there, even with some of the unprofessionalism that was in this within these group chats and stuff, I don't even see how in the world, with the manager being a part of this thing and included in it, I don't even see how in the world there was no real punishment for anything sideways that I have seen while being unemployed at 429 Walker Road. I'm not finna even say which plaza it was out there, but y'all count y'all days, because the last time that I had got paid, and I know that I had worked a full I worked a whole freaking, what is it called? I worked a whole pay period, and for y'all to sit up here and pay me $77, and as a matter of fact, y'all ain't gonna believe this, but I had got to calculating yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was Thursday. Right before any of this mess happened, I felt like I was on to something then, and I felt like my time then was coming short. Thursday, I want to say this was afternoon. This was definitely before I had got to work. I had decided to add up all of the paychecks that I had got ever since I had been at this place. Y'all are not going to believe this. And then half of y'all gonna be looking like, girl, you have a whole license to do hair and you know how to do a heck of a lot of other stuff. You good in music and you good with your hands in every way. What in the world are you doing sitting up here stooping down to these half ASS jobs? Yeah, I know, because in order for me to have received this after being there, I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's every bit of $1,401.75. You have got to be freaking kidding me. And you mean to tell me that that's literally all I freaking made within 3 months of being there? That alone is somebody else's paycheck all by itself, just within one. And you mean to tell me that's the whole breakdown of everything that I have gotten paid from November or October on up to now? Oh, yeah. So when I had told this head manager that is, or I guess he's district or whatever, I said, you know what? Y'all have a nice day. Y'all ain't even got to worry about me coming back. And he gonna be talking about something. So is that your final decision? I said, yes. Because as far as I know, this thing right here is not worth my peace. And I'm not finna sit up here and be dunkified with y'all while y'all can sit up here and dump me this goddamn 10 an hour. So yeah, 429 Walker Road, y'all can freaking have it.
When I started doing hair full time, I'll never forget. I was at my last job working at the hair store, and it pissed me off so fucking bad. I quit and I went home. I walked home actually crying. I walked all the way there crying. And I knew from that moment then I wasn't looking back. I was not going back to nobody 9 to 5.
Every time I would go and grab for the situation, I would try to pull myself back into the situation until the person. Guess what happened? Some shit happened to where I can't fuck with it. I can't fuck with it. So it felt stagnant for me. So I sat back and I really thought about the shit, like everything that's happening in my life. How did I even get here? How did it take me so long? How did I get in these relationships? How did I create these friendships? What is the glue to these situations that I have? And y'all, when I tell y'all, it literally took me back to day one. I started thinking about how everything started connecting, how everything started being together. And I immediately realized none of it was built on let's be friends. It was built on this happened, that happened, X, Y, and Z. You feel me? And I'm there to be the confidant in whatever going on with you. You feel me? And because I enabled so much of so many situations with people because I loved them and I seen the potential in them, I was blinded by who they were to me in my life. And it made me realize that this whole situation that I was in this cycle that I kept repeating, it wasn't nobody's fault but my own, because I was expecting my dreams to be the reality of everybody else's dreams. When I was saying I wanted to do this or I wanted to do that, people were saying they wanted to do it only because they was agreeing with me in the moment. We was just in the moment. Not because it was your dream too or it was your goal too. And I took that into consideration. I actually started moving with that mindset where I started really plotting and really making my shit come to life for real. I started realizing motherfuckers never did consider me. I never was considered. And on top of me feeling like that, I literally took the initiative to ghost everybody. I ghosted everybody. And I didn't ghost everybody for the simple fact of, oh, bitch, I'm finna shit on you, so let me fall back. I ghosted everybody to see how much I was really considered. I wasn't considered.
Yeah, and check this out. When my girl said something about either being born on the 3rd out of the month or on the 3rd month, as far as I know, the number 3 stands out to me too. That's because my child just so happened to be born in the 3rd month out of the year, and I was born in the 5th month out of the year. Do y'all see these numbers matching? Let me rewind. That's because I'm about to get happy. The number 3 in the Bible represents Trinity, Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? So Brashan just so happened to bring that up. She said something about being born out of the 3rd of the month, something like that, or on the 3rd month in the year as my daughter. And then I pointed around to myself and said that I like the number 5. That's because it represents grace. In the Bible, yes, the number 5 represents grace. And JUSUS has 5 letters in it. The word grace itself has 5 letters in it. Money has 5 letters in it. I bet y'all, none of y'all had probably even never thought about this. Heck, Bible even has 5 letters up in it. And so does my name. Look at me having fun with this thing. Raise got 5. Angel has 5. I've been in a very miserable place of my life for 5 years. My birthday is in the 5th month of the year, and I said that I was going to give it 5 more months of being in my miserable place. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? If anybody just think that I just up and decided to leave like I have done twice other times before, trying to be in Florida on my own, no. I'm actually setting myself a plan, a goal, and have some ambition behind what I'm trying to do this time, and it's going to be more effective. I have more faith in the move this time. It's not going to be one of those pop-up and emotional type of moves. This is actually something that's being planned, okay? So I wish that anybody would say, well, dang, you sure just came up out of this junk, out of the woodworks with this junk and nowhere and didn't say nothing to nobody. Baby, you don't follow me, and obviously you're not on no type of social media. That's because when I say sometimes I blurt out some of everything that be going on with me, and I choose to share with y'all what I want y'all to know. But yeah, Brashan girl, I just wanted to shine some light on you and just tell you verbally from my own mouth that I'm so mother-freaking proud of you. So freaking proud of you. I can't freaking wait to meet you for real. We are gonna definitely collab on some content together. Yeah, it's definitely in the making. We gonna do it. We gonna have fun with it. And yeah, it's gonna be quite some type of show.